problem. So dilution is relatively simple. Our equation is M1, whoops, hold on, sorry. M1 V1 equals M2 V2. Now, M is molarity, okay, and V is volume. So we read through the problem. If you dilute 20 milliliters of a 3.5 molar solution to make 100 milliliters of solution, what is the molarity of the dilute solution? Okay, so first, the first thing to notice is the volume is in milliliters, which when it's dilution, that's okay. When you're doing the molarity equation, it has to be in liters because the equation is moles over liters. But when it's dilution, you can use milliliters as long as both of the V's, V1 and V2, are in milliliters, which in this case, milliliters, milliliters, so that's fine. If one of them was milliliters and one of them was liters, you would have to change it. But we have milliliters on both, so we're good to go. So now we have to identify what is M1, what is V1, what is M2, what is V2. So we're going to go through the problem, just each number chronologically. If you dilute 20 milliliters, okay, so 20 milliliters, since it's milliliters, that's a V. So we're going to call that V1. 20.0 milliliters. Okay, then of a 3.5 molar solution. So since that is molar, that means that is molarity. So M1 equals 3.5 molar. Okay, so that's our M1 and our V1. So the solution that we are making after we dilute has a volume of 100 milliliters. Okay, so that's going to be V2. Oh, that's a really bad 2. Sorry. All right, and then that's all the information we have. So what that means is M2 is unknown. So we are solving for M2. So now, since we are solving for M2, we are going to rearrange our equation so that M2 is by itself. So we have to take this equation and divide it by V2 on both sides so that V2 cancels out and we're left with M2 by itself. And we are doing that because we are looking for M2, so we need M2 by itself. So now we have M1 V1 divided by V2 equals M2. So now we just plug everything in. So 20 milliliters times 3.5 molar divided by 100 milliliters. So we put that in our calculator. 20 times 3.5 divided by 100, and we get 0.7 as our calculator answer. Now, next we got to make sure we do sig figs and our units. This has 5 sig figs, this has 3 sig figs, this has 2 sig figs, so our answer should have 2 sig figs since that is the lowest. So our calculator answer, like I said, was 0.7. That only has 1 sig fig, so we have to add another sig fig. And then we put our units. Now, milliliters cancels out, so we're left with molar, and we're solving for M2, so that means our units are molarity. So 0.70 molar is our final answer. Okay. Now, the nice thing about the dilution equation is it's relatively simple. You are multiplying on both sides. You multiply over here, you multiply over here. M1, U1, M2, V2. So we're multiplying on both sides. So whatever you don't have, so if we didn't have V1, then we would just divide both sides by M1 to get V1 by itself. If we didn't have V2, we divide both sides by M2 to get V2 by itself. Okay, so whatever you don't have, get that by itself and put its other thing on the other side and divide. Okay, so that is all for dilution.